They say scars tell stories, but mine are the kind no one wants to hear. I keep them hidden in thick boots, their stiff leather choking my ankles as I limp through the station. The coalition calls us free machinists now, but we were something else before. Slaves to an empire that saw us as nothing more than hands to assemble their war machines. When the old order collapsed, the coalition took the reins, patching together the remains of its enemies and the enslaved, forging a fragile alliance built on necessity more than trust. The empire made us build their war machines, forcing us to stand barefoot on molten floors, our pain ignored as just another cost of production. We used those same machines to take our freedom. Now we labor alongside human engineers, crafting agile drones instead of weapons of war. They move fast, these humans, quick with their hands, reckless with their ideas. Some of them served the empire, others fought against it, and now they work side by side, old loyalties blurred by necessity. I watch them modify designs mid-flight, unafraid of failure. There's a spark in their chaos, a kind of genius that unsettles me. We were trained to be precise. They are something else entirely. The canteen is a mess of noise and movement. Privacy doesn't exist here. Workers slump at tables, talking through mouthfuls of ration bars, boots clanking against steel grates. I find my usual spot, press my back against the cold bulkhead. My feet throb. The station's gravity isn't much, but it's enough to remind me of old wounds. I glance around before unlacing my boot. No one's watching, until I see her. A child, human, no more than 7. Clutching a toy shuttle with peeling paint, she watches me, eyes wide. She's a fixture here, her mother one of the pilots. I brace for the flinch, the look of disgust. Instead, she grins. They're like a warrior's feet, she whispers, as if sharing a great secret. I freeze. No one has ever called them that. My people murmur about my gait, avert their eyes, perhaps because my scars are worse than most, a reminder of when we had no choice but to endure. Even among the free, the marks of our past cling to us. The girl, though, she sees something else. My mom says real spacers have scars. She's got one here. She taps her forehead. Crash landing. She says every mark is a story. I exhale, a slow, shaky thing. Is that so? My voice comes out rough, unused to conversation outside work orders. She nods, solemn. Do yours have stories? A dozen rise in my throat. None meant for a child. None I want to relive. I settle on something simple. They remind me where I've been. She considers this, tilting her head. Then she rummages in the pocket of her small flight suit and pulls out a bandage. It's star-patterned, a child's version of a med kit. She peels it open with careful fingers and holds it out. For the hurt, she explains. I hesitate, then take it, press it lightly to a calloused ridge on my foot. The adhesive barely sticks, meant for small scrapes, not years of damage. But it's not about the bandage. It's about the gesture. The absurdity of it cracks something in me, and a laugh, raw, unfamiliar, escapes my throat. The noise turns heads. My fellow machinists look up, startled. I am the silent one, the limper, the shadow at the edge of their shifts. But now, laughter. Her mother appears then, weaving through the crowd. She glances at the bandage, then at me, her expression unreadable before settling into a nod. Acknowledgement, perhaps, or gratitude. A pilot's swagger in her step, sharp eyes scanning for trouble. She spots her daughter, nods at me. A silent thanks for keeping her occupied. A station courtesy. Then, they leave, the girl's toy shuttle spinning in her fingers. I sit there, bandage still clinging to my skin, feeling lighter than I have in years. Maybe, just maybe, these marks are not just remnants of suffering. Maybe they are proof of survival. And maybe one day, I will see them as she does. For now, I tuck my foot back into my boot and stand, the smallest trace of a smile lingering as I return to my work.